Alrighty, we've got a 4-on-4 draft for you today. It's myself, Jorge Taylor, Broccoli Rob, and of course my buddy Mac, battling against Ely Cassis, Heisenberg, Barnyard, and Strider. So a lot of familiar faces, some new names, and a broadside Bombardiers. So I am passing to Heisenberg, getting passed to by Barnyard. The two best cards in the pack are Bombardiers, Atroxa. I guess four best cards are the two fetches. I'm just going to take Bombardiers. This is a pretty solid pack. Like, someone's going to get a 5th pick fetch or Teferi or Emberwild. But I think most likely Heisenberg takes either Atroxa or a fetch land. But there's a possibility that something else gets taken. There's also a Jace in the pack. Yeah, just a lot of good stuff. Oh, now I'll just take Ragavan. Ragavan into Broadside sounds great. I don't love passing Atroxa plus DT. That's a good combo start. But I think that Ragavan works so much better with Broadside that I should just take that. And pass a DT and then mostly a bunch of nonsense. This pack has Memory Lapse. All right. Red-Blue. Memory Lapse is fantastic with both of those cards. Plus, the next best card is what? Solar Transformer? Not taking a Detective's Phoenix here. All right. That seems like a pretty good third pick. I like where we're headed. Ooh, and then here I can take a Force of Negation. That's a pretty nice follow-up to Memory Lapse. Passing Fatal Push, Undercity Sewers. Yeah, nothing that great. Ether Hub, Stomping Ground. All right. This is looking like a good start. I like the way these cards work together. Also, we did pass Atroxa and then DT, but then not a lot of support after that. So I feel like we've been doing a good job cutting as well. Obviously, that could change here any second, but I like the red-blue tempo start, and I am pretty happy with what I've been passing. Ooh, and it continues with Snapcaster or Magda. Oh, this is interesting. So, on the one hand, Snapcaster's great, and it's good with both of my blue cards. On the other hand, Magda is fantastic with Broadside Bombardiers. So they're both pretty good. I think I'd rather just take Magda, though, passing a Shieldred's Edict, a Path, and of course that Snapcaster. Because then here, Chrome Mox or Flame Slash? I think it's got to be Chrome Mox. Chrome Mox for a few reasons. One, it's a good thing to throw with Bombardiers, which that's a good fallback, right? If it's doing nothing else, I can play it, no imprint, toss it. The second is Flame Slash and Firebolt. I don't think would be very useful to Heisenberg, but Chrome Mox definitely could be. So I think I'll just take the Chrome Mox, and then, oh man, do I want Seasoned Pyro or Emberheart Challenger? So it's 2/2 haste prowess. Whenever I cast, a non-creature spell, it gets +1/+1. Also, it has Valiant. Whenever I target it, I exile my top card and I can play it this turn. Seasoned Pyro is really good with Mox, though. And let me guess, Bombardier? There's also a Catch You at Triumph, but I think the Seasoned Pyro is going to be better. And then here, I might just take Night Scythe. Chrome Mox also makes 3-drops particularly good. So yeah, I'll take Night Scythe here. Emberwild Wield. All right, I will take that. This Chrome Mox looking better and better. Passing a Spire Bluff Canal, Pyrite, even Cradle could be a potential, but pretty good Emberwild pickup. And now it seems like Simian Spirit Guide is going to be what I'm in for, huh? Casting a turn 2 Bomba or turn 3 Emberwild Captain. Passing up Trinket Mage and Memory Jar. Yeah, all right. I will take the Spirit Guide. Could be mono red here. Could be blue red. I mean, we'll see how pack 2 goes. Memory Lapse is a fine splash. Force isn't really a splash so much, but you could maybe make it work with enough blue cards. I just don't really see a reason not to take good assertive red cards here. It seems like that's what I'm supposed to be doing. I'll take Bonnie Paul because this is a potential reanimate target, and I don't mind passing these so much. And then here, there's a Desperate Ritual and an Ether Hub. Or hate one of the other cards, Shifting Woodland or Flicker Wisp. I think I'll just take Ether Hub. I don't think Desperate Ritual is quite what this deck wants. Also, it already has Chrome Mox and Simian Spirit Guide, and I think there are some amount of diminishing returns when it comes to those cards. And then here, I think I'm most likely to play Sea Chrome Coast. I don't mind passing a Lush Portico. Lumberjack I love, but we're pretty far from getting to cast it. I think I'll take Gemstone Mine. This actually could be a Gemstone Mine deck, nearly mono red with maybe a couple blue splashes. Okay, well, I think that was a pretty good pack 1. Like, we got Bombardiers and Ragavan as premium cards. The Force can be. Oh, a last pick Emberheart Challenger? Yeah, I'll take that. And then open on, Force of Will or Lelia. There's also Mox Diamond, but again, with Chrome Mox and Spirit Guide, I don't need too many more card disadvantage ways to get mana. I've got lots of 3s. I think I'm just going to take Force. If I can make Force work in this deck, it's incredible. And it also conveniently lets me take the best card out of the pack. Emrakul is also very good. But I don't really want to pass Barnyard of Force because 0% chance they can put Lelia in their deck. They just passed me a last pick Emberheart Challenger. Passed, Emberwild Captain Wield. So I think just taking Force as a half hate, half, set this deck up better plan, and then just take Mana Leak after that. I think that sounds pretty good. Mana Leak is pretty great, and I like Inti, but again, Mana Leak is just a much stronger card. Plus, there's 3 red cards, or rather, not just a much stronger card, but a better card to pass is Inti, because Mana Leak will be better in my opponent's decks. And there's 3 red cards in this pack, so I think now that I have double Forces, I can just try to do the work to have enough blue cards to barely get there. You don't need to go overboard. You just need to cast one of those per game, basically, in your aggressive red deck. So I like this plan. Oh, I guess I will just take Minsc and Boo. The card's busted, and I have 2 fixing lands. It makes me wish I had the Lumberjack a little bit, though actually Gemstone might still be better for me here. Passing up on Oliphant, a Manamorphose, which definitely could wheel. Time Twister, which I like with Forces and cheap red cards, but Minsc and Boo is just a lot better. And, oh, look at this. Fire Ice is perfect for red cards, but also be a pitchable blue card. Or Trop to cast this Minsc and Boo. That's pretty close. I think Trop is still probably better. Getting to cast Minsc and Boo Memory Lapse and the Forces seem pretty good. Though Fire Ice is kind of fixing too because it pitches to Forces. It's pretty close, honestly. And then here, there's an Elvish Spirit Guide. Could just kind of go all in. Looks like someone disconnected briefly. There's a Hedge Maze, which could also help, but I kind of like Elvish Spirit Guide here. This just seems like what this deck's trying to do. We're just in. I mean, there was also Legion Extruder. Legion Extruder's good, but I have 2 really sick 4s to play ahead of schedule and a couple 3s, which are very good as well. So I think having the double Spirit Guides could be kind of nice here. And then here, Copperline Gorge or Zeator's Proving Ground. There's also Mind Collapse. There's also City of Traders. If I wanted to go real wild, we could just go full Legacy. City of Traders to help cast Captain or Minsc and Boo or Night Scythe or Bombardier is not as great with the other ones. Let's just take Copperline Gorge. I think that let's not go. I mean, we're going to go pretty far all in. Like this, that's what this deck's already doing, but I think Copperline Gorge will help this deck a lot. And then this pack has, a Dismember. Yeah, I'm not passing up on Dismember. I like some of these other cards. Gruul Turf could be kind of nice. Inferno Titan, but Dismember is just incredible. So let's just take that. All right, and then here we have Reckless Stormseeker. Yeah, that seems like a pretty good one. Don't mind missing out on Beseju. Talisman, nah, that's not our jam. And then here, I'm not that into most of this. Let's see. Great Furnace helps with Bombardiers exactly because you can sack an artifact. But that's it, right? I don't think anything else here cares for that. Goldvein Hydra is just like an X spell that you can cast. Nissa is also a nice one. Let's take the Hydra. I think on the splash, Hydra's better. And then now there's Ghostfire Slice and Burst Lightning. I think I'm just going to try Ghostfire Slice. Seems like a Burst Lightning that sometimes costs either 1 mana for the full effect or just you pay 3 instead of 5. Seems like it's worth at least considering. And this deck could use the reach here to burn them out. Ooh, and now we've got Chariot or Manamorphose. I think I just take Chariot. I've got enough green fixing, and Chariot is the kind of card I do want to curve into. I don't think I'm going to play the Brawler. I'll just take a Terra Sunder. I could see siding that one in. Oh, Legion Extruder came back. That's great. I like that a lot more than the Talisman. And I think, I guess I'll take the Liberator because I really might play that card. I would not want to play against Arwen, but it's a pretty hard card to put in your deck. So pack 3, I would like to pick up a couple more blue cards here because I need probably like 2 or 3 more to feel okay about these Forces. Again, they don't need to be the best Forces in the world. You just need to have one once. And I have like Pyromancer as a way to discard. Like, it's not like these Forces need to immediately work. What? Wow, this is actually kind of brutal. And I mean this in all seriousness. Opening 4 pieces of power isn't much better than opening like one piece, like it's worse than opening one piece or three pieces because now each team gets two, and there's like there's Ancestral and Soaring, which is the second time I've opened Ancestral and Soaring in the same pack recently. This time there's a Mox and a Mox. Okay. I could also just take Mawloc and then pass the 4 pieces of power. My team still each gets 2 and I get a Mawloc versus someone on my team. Let's see. If we all 4 if we 4 take pieces of power, Mac gets Palace Jailer. He's often playing white. That sounds better. And I think in this deck, I think I'll take Ancestral. I've got a bunch of fast mana. What a crazy pack. And then, of course, back to reality with this pack. I could take Subtlety, just be on the all forces plan. It's kind of nice. I don't know. There's also a Xander's Lounge, but let's just take the Subtlety here. Let's just be on every single force and a bunch of blue cards. I'll be pitching Ancestral some of the time. Who knows? Oh, what a pack, huh? I might even get the Mawloc back is the funny part. I don't know. We'll see. And then this pack has Polluted Delta, which is a blue-green land. I guess that's where Xander's Lounge would have come in handy. There's Glorybringer, which is just great. There's Taiga. There's also Spell Pierce. There's also Death Creator's Champion, which I wouldn't mind getting back. Let's see. We're at 17. I mean, we're doing fine on playables, obviously. You basically always are unless you're doing something wrong. I kind of want to just take the Delta, and then if Glorybringer comes back, that's great. You know, if it doesn't, I feel like Delta is a blue-green fixer that could also be all the colors, so I'd rather just spec on that than take Taiga, which is just red-green. If I had taken the Lumberjack, which at the time didn't really make sense, that would be different. Now I could take Amped Raptor. There's a bunch of cards I can miss, but there's a bunch I can hit as well. Or I could just take Mana Confluence. I should just take Mana Confluence. I think that being able to cast all my spells sounds great. Oh, Lutri with this Ancestral and with all the pitch cards? This is a sick Lutri deck. Now I always have a pitch card available. Well, is it too late to Companion Luris? All right, we're Lutriing for sure over Carnosaur or Noise Marine, some of which might come back. I mean, you never know. All right, well, I'm kind of glad I took the Ancestral too, because Lutri Ancestral or Lutri Ghostfire Slice or Dismember, also very good. This pack's kind of a miss, though. A blue-green beater is nice, though. Uro is also a really strong card in general. Maybe I just take Uro. Right now I'm at 16 land plus those, so I've got a couple slots. I mean, I also don't care if I play this Gold Vein. Uro with Bombardiers. Attack with Bombardiers, it survives combat. Post-combat, you cast Uro and then throw it before it sacrifices. Boom. And, Blue-Red Surveil or Red-Green Surveil. Getting a Surveil, and also it turns Delta into red. Yeah, that's going to be better than taking an Elf or a Tracker or a Commercial District for sure. Okay, how did this deck end up? I think pretty great. I mean, I opened, what a wild pack still. Here, I'm probably just going to hate the Fire Covenant. This card is so good against my deck. And I don't think playing Tribal Flames for 3 is that enticing. So, Fire Covenant, you're coming with me. And the Lutri is not in the deck. This is Companion. So this is 16 lands plus Chromox is 17 lands plus those two. So, I mean, I guess I wouldn't mind one more card. I could always play an Outland Liberator. Or I could just play the Bonnie Paul. Again, blue cards get such a good deal. Like, they're at such a good rate for my deck. Because they just get this extra buyout if I have 3 ways to pitch them. Which means that sometimes drawing a Bonnie Paul and being unable to cast it just does not cost anything. Oh, Daze. Daze also looks pretty amazing here for kind of the same reasons, but also this is just a good Daze deck. Yeah, all right. I'll take Daze. And now we're at 16 land plus the 2 Spirit Guides, which I really don't mind. Also, this Emberheart Challenger is easily cuttable. I don't have a good way to target. Oh, wait, no, I do. Restless Stormseeker is not bad. This could also give... Yeah, this has... haste, so it can get counters off Minsc and Boo, and that'll trigger the Valiant. Okay, those are some real things. This pack, Temple Garden. I didn't end up with any of the domain cards, so it doesn't really do much for me. I don't think we're really a Titania deck or a Lotus field deck. Let's just take Cast into the Fire as a sideboard card. Glorybringer came back. I think that's better than Death Creator. Glorybringer looks pretty good in this deck. Stormcatch Mentor as a blue card would be kind of funny. And then Amped Raptor came back alongside Saheeli, Talongates, and Vexing Bauble. I don't think I want Vexing Bauble. It's pretty good against me, actually. Yeah, let's just take that. I just don't think I'm going to play the Amped Raptor. But Vexing Bauble against my triple force deck would be annoying. And then here, Noise Marine seems kind of legit. Though I have a lot of counterspells to hit. Let's still just take it anyway. I don't think... I don't care about hating Touch the Spirit Realm too much. And then... These are both kind of whatever. I'll take the Balrog in case the Reanimator. Okay, what a pack, huh? Let's go to deck building. All right, well, quite the deck, and what a pack 3. Wow. I have to go get an Emberheart Challenger. I think I am going to cut the Challenger, though, and play 16 lands plus Chrome Mox plus the 2 Spirit Guides, or do I just want to do 15 plus those 3? So if I do 15 lands, it's really like 16 lands plus 2 Spirit Guides. I've got a lot of ways to cycle through cards, or a decent amount of ways, I think. I think I just cut the Emberheart Challenger and call it a day. All right, add some lands here. I mean, let's take a look at my mana base. I guess I might work on this and figure out that Uro is not tenable, but I kind of feel like it's going to be fine. 3, 4... 5 mountains is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 red plus Chrome Mox. And then like 2 forests, 2 islands or something along those lines. Yes, Jules. Let's see. 2 islands plus Trop. Those 3 at 6, 7, 8 blue. And it really only needs single blue for the most part. Obviously, Uro maybe later and hard casting these at some point. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 green for Chariot and Uro. Yeah, I mean, my mana is actually pretty good. Obviously, that it is propped up a little by like Gemstone Mine and Ether Hub, which are both kind of risky lands. But I feel like the treasure making also helps with that. I've got a couple things that make treasures. And Ancestral draws some cards. All right, I like what I see. Let's get in there. Let's take a look at my teammates' decks. They drafted some nice ones, too. All right, Mac drafted a nice one. He's got a Pearl, Mana Vault, Academy, this Darksteel Citadel and Seed of the Synod, Thopter Sword, Batterskull, Battle Ball, Karn, Narset. Yeah, this deck is missing like a draw 7. Oh, it's got Gadgeteer Monolith too, but and Retrofitter, but it's really good. This is a great Academy deck. Looking forward to that. Jorge's got a pretty nice Grazer, Mystic, Natural Order for Vaultborn, Woodfall Primus deck with Leovold, Hull Breacher, Time Twister, Echo, Vihen's LED. So this deck looks pretty sick too. And then our last teammate, Broccoli Rob, has just like an okay Esper deck. Did get that Mox Sapphire I passed. But yeah, Counterspell and Probe and Spell Pierce, Plow. Oh, not Plow, sorry. Mother of Runes, Path to Exile. Decent creatures. So this deck looks okay, but Mac and Jorge's deck looks great, and our deck's got a lot of Force of Wills. So let's head in. All right, time for round 1. Playing against Eli Cassis, revealing my Lutri here, and well, I like this hand. I'm gonna upkeep Force off Tropical Island. Hope to draw some blue cards, and more than that, actually, just hope to draw a 2-drop or one of my Mox or Spirit Guides. Though I guess Spirit Guiding out of Bombardiers isn't like exactly what you want to do. It's kind of nice knowing this is going to resolve because I have every force in the cube, so that part's pretty cool. I even have the days, so I got all my bases covered. All right, pass. Keep Ancestral. Okay, well, I've got a lot of different things I can do here. So what is my turn 2 going to be? Kind of depends on his turn 1. Taiga go. Draw. Minskin Boo would be a kind of ideal draw. Let's see. I think what I'm going to do is play Land Mox, Imprint Elvish Spirit Guide, and then just put Lutri into my hand. I don't really want to play Bombardiers where it could just get bolted, and I've got nothing to kill with it. What do we got here? Cycle Eagles of the North. Okay. This lets me force pitching Lutri if I need to. And more likely what's going to happen is he's going to play something on this turn, which I can kill with Bombardiers, Sack, and Chrome Mox. So that's kind of going to be my plan. Yep, Jace is in fact that card exactly. So let's draw. Seasoned Pyro is also nice, but I'm going to play Thundering Falls and see what's coming up here. Oh, Forest, definitely put in the graveyard. Broadside Bombardiers. And then next turn, I'm going to get to, let's see. Oh, I guess since I'm throwing the Mox, I guess I don't have the mana to have Pyromancer plus Memory Lapse up. But even just Pyromancer here is going to be pretty nice. And I can, again, force whatever Ely plays this turn. Flame Slash. I think I'm going to keep that. Let that resolve. I just feel like forcing that when this Bombardiers isn't the best thing in the world right now. So, do I want to play Seasoned Pyro? I think so. Oops. I need to find something to play. Let's play this. Let's discard. I think definitely Gemstone Mine. I'm just debating between Ether Hub and Mountain. I'll just discard the Ether Hub, I think. All right, then play a land and pass the turn. I kind of feel like the one card left in my deck that cares about Ether Hub would have been Uro, but I have enough time to find that, I think. Is this like a Tireless Tracker coming first? Oh, Lelia the Blade Reforged. That I will force, I think, pitching Lutri. Lelia looks pretty annoying here. And let's draw. Okay. Hit a lot of lands here. need to start chilling on that. Magda, keep up Memory Lapse. But despite Ancestraling, I surveilled the land to the graveyard, discarded 2 more, and I still have 6 here. All right, at least I get to Memory Lapse this Moloch. Oh, Othari. All right, well, Subtlety would be a great draw here. Minsk and Boo. Force of Negation. Yeah, that is just not going to do it. Guess I'll play my land. I don't think I have another way to discard it. Fortunately, Othari is going to resolve here. And I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. I need to find a way to kill it. There's not that many. Or I'm just going to lose to it, I think, pretty much straight up. Oh, Ragavan. Oh, last turn, the Ragavan would have dashed that off the top. Ay. All right. I think I'm going to hit for 6 here. I've got some ways to try to close out the game. I think dealing the most damage possible is going to be ideal. Ragavan, a little late there. Monkey. If this can find an answer to Othari, I feel like I'm once again in the driver's seat, but we're kind of far from that, huh? I guess the way this worked out, trying to save Ancestral would have worked out better. Oh, Mystical Tutor. So this is just going for something bad here. Yeah, I guess I will force that so that I can try to hit something off Ragavan that would save me. Forest. That's not it. All right. I mean, I'm not dead, but I certainly don't think this is likely to work out for me. I take 9 going to 5 here. Ely goes up to 8. If he doesn't have anything, I can put him to 2 with my attacks, but obviously he's going to have a card. Oh, Time Walk. All right, then. Well, yeah, I don't think I'm going to change too much. I mean, I put a Swamp in my sideboard in case I want to bring in Fire Covenant. I actually have kind of a few ways to fix for that. Gemstone Mine, Ether Hub, Polluted Delta. It's possible like I want that in, but I think I'm just going to keep this the same for now. He just played a lot of one-off good creatures. I don't know. All right, Lutri is my companion. This hand, huh? Yeah, I think I keep this. 2 removal spells into Asika's Chariot, which I know I don't have green for. And I can pick up Lutri and to maybe go Lutri Dismember. Seems like kind of a reasonable start. If he plays a creature I can kill with his Soul Ring. Right. Let's see. That was a crazy pack I opened, I will say that, but he got the time walk all by himself. Let's pass. I think we're in trouble here. I mean, just anytime your opponent opens on a turn 1 Soul Ring and you don't have a great draw, I can't say I like it. All right, well, I'm going to put Lutri into hand here, because I don't have anything else to do. And then next turn, I can play Esika's Chariot, and then maybe play a couple removal spells to back it up. That's going to be my plan. Hopefully he doesn't just have Othari here. No, he did not appear to. That could be like a Spelljacker. Let's just chill here. I don't know. I have a lot of answers, so maybe one way I end up getting value here was a Wandering Emperor. Okay. I guess that's fine. I'm just going to Ghostfire Slice the Wandering Emperor, I think. And pass. Well, now that I know his Wandering Emperor, maybe if we go to game 3, I'll make a slightly different play. I would have probably just played Esika's Chariot, but there's a lot of cards he could have there. And let's take it here. And what's his big finish? An Omnath. Okay, having already played the land, sure. I think I'm just going to double Lutri here. Dismember the Omnath. Paying 1 and then Lutri. I think I want to leave the counters on my Gemstone Mine and not use the Ether Hub energy so far. Okay. Kill those two. Next turn I can play Chariot and Extruder. I could have also just gone Dismember Extruder, but feels like getting the Lutri down seems fine. I don't have that many spells to copy. If I draw Ancestral, I wish I saved Lutri, but it's like really the only thing. And I mean, I guess maybe if I draw a Force or something. But next turn I'm planning on playing both of these. Well, this if I have a target. I'm hoping to not see Othari. He's got Brainstorm into fetch. Yeah, I mean, this isn't gonna go great for me here, I don't think. Soul Ring and Time Walker, both very good cards. Ancestral is also a great card, but I find myself a little bit outmatched here. Ooh, no plays? Okay, no plays is a start. Oh, and into a Mana Leak. All right, let's play the Mana Confluence. I think I'd rather use that the first time and then use Gemstone Mine afterwards. What is this, Snapcaster Mage? Okay. That's for his Time Walk, but he's going to use Brainstorm. I'm gonna Mana Leak the Brainstorm. That sounds pretty good to me. Let's cast Esika's Chariot, paying a life. And presumably he Brainstorms in response, but I guess we'll see if he's got a different spell instead. Yeah, Brainstorm, and then I will Mana Leak that because he's not in Mana Leak range. At this point, he could play a land and play Othari, and I still couldn't Mana Leak it. So feels like getting to Mana Leak now is pretty good. He could have done it while the mana was floating before, but he didn't take advantage of that. Okay, pass the turn here. Crack the Fiery Islet end of turn? Maybe he just doesn't have a lot of gas? Oh, Mystical Tutor. Okay. Well, I don't like that. He had Brainstorm into Mystical Tutor, huh? He had it all rolled up. He had the shuffle effect at the ready. Well, Time Walk isn't going to do that much if you don't have a creature in play, but if you can play a good creature and then Time Walk, that's like a very different story. Obviously, Othari into Time Walk would just be the nuts. But I gotta hope that that's not what's coming here. If he's tanking, it means he's not sure. Like Time Walk might not be quite enough to close things out, but you could maybe get something like Fracture Identity instead, and that would also be pretty good. So, like I said, we will see. All right, we got Tinker. Oh, okay. Let's battle, I guess. What are we tinkering for, Mr. Cassis? We'll find out. I don't have... Tinker's not the best against my double force deck, but obviously at this point so the coast is clear for him. Blightsteel would be pretty hard. Yeah. I will say I have come up on Blightsteel. There was a time when I thought it wasn't that good. I think it's pretty good now. Robbing up because Ely always has to have some of that stuff in there. And Forest. I wasn't beating much here. I guess I play a Legion Extruder. Doesn't even do anything. Let's just pass. Crack Fabled Passage. Crack Fiery Islet if he so desires. Yeah, all of Ely's decks basically look like this. They're always like 4 or 5 color powerful good stuff is kind of like his draft strategy. He doesn't usually draft like curved decks that often. He can. He's got range, but I'm just going to block with 1. If he's got a removal spell, then I lose. That's fine. I'm not overly concerned about that. All right. That'll do it. Got completely crushed round 1. Hopefully round 2 is better. All right. Time for round 2 here. Strider is on 5 color. I think I mull this. This hand is just too bad, I think, even with the Lutri possibilities. And yeah, I guess I will keep this. I kind of want to put one of the forces back. I think I'm going to put Force of Negation back and keep Subtlety. He's got a lot of creatures from what I saw. Yeah. Felia, Sarah Paragon, Bowmasters, Ren 6 is a Planeswalker. All right. This hand needs some assistance. Let's just put it that way. Chrome Mox would actually not be bad. Obviously, a turn 1 Ragavan would be really nice. Okay. Geez, this is a powerful draft. I'm just going to play Copperline Gorge and pass here. Because Strider, I passed Strider a piece of power also, not the Ruby. And we know Barnyard has Black Lotus, so I think... So they've opened Lotus, Time Walk, Ruby. I opened those 4 pieces. That's already 7 right there. Mac has a Pearl. Wow. And now here's a Ren 6. I'm not going to Subtlety it. If it comes down next turn, it's still pretty bad for me. But yeah, this is okay. That's looking a little better because now I can Mana Leak the next thing and then play Seasoned Pyro. What I might be able to do actually, depending on what the draws are. Oh man, please don't hit a land. Be really annoying. Okay, I left a card on top, but I guess I'd rather him bin a non-land, but no Ren 6 targets. Okay, so I didn't get a chance to use Mana Leak. Well, I'm still going to play Seasoned Pyro, I think. Well, what am I discarding is the question, I guess. Because I could also just play Uro, because that way I can pitch Mana Leak to Subtlety, but Pyro discarding Uro, I could discard Uro and Trop, but that sounds a little aggressive. I could also just put Lutri into hand. Or I could just pass. Passing seems kind of weak. Let's just put Lutri into hand, actually. That way I can pitch something to Subtlety. Set up Minsk and Boo next turn. Yeah. Just because he's not doing anything makes this feel like a little bit better of a line. I do have to deal with that Red 6 eventually. Okay, let's draw. Oh, Elvish Spirit Guide, eh? Land. I could play Seasoned Pyro now. Discard Elvish Spirit Guide. but then I wouldn't be able to Mana Leak. Mana Leak off Elvish Spirit Guide with Seasoned Pyro is kind of nice. I could also just play Minsk and Boo. You know, looking at replays, Strider did not have a lot of counter magic or anything, so I'm just going to play Minsk and Boo here and hope it works out. All right. And then have Subtlety as backup if needed. I think that's just the highest leverage play. Okay. Didn't appear to have anything? Okay. Pitch Lutri to Subtlety. This sounds really good. Hopefully it's a creature or planeswalker. Chaos Defiler. Yep. Subtlety, pitching Lutri. And then I get to Mana Leak it next turn? That sounds fantastic. I'm sure it's going to go on top. And then I guess Renin 6 pings the Minsk and Boo here. Oh man, this is going to be great though. I'm just going to not make another token, of course. Send in for 4. Attack Renin 6. Sure. And then minus Minsk and Boo. Sack Boo. Nug you, draw 4 cards. Whew. Okay. Now I got some heat. Land. Probably Seasoned Pyro here. And I'll discard Uro. And could be Ghostfire Slice. Could just be Spirit Guide. That's probably fine. I drew another Spirit Guide. Pass the turn. And then, I mean, I think I can just win next turn. Like, I'm going to Mana Leak the Chaos Defiler if that's his play. And then next turn, I've got to have lethal, right? Oh, I'm close to lethal. Not quite there. Pyroglyph? No, we don't want that one either, sorry. Whichever kind of thing you're resolving. You're not actually resolving. Because next turn I can attack for 10. Oh yeah, no, I do have lethal. Okay. Power that up. Play Ether Hub. Play Broadside Bombardiers. Play Reckless Stormseeker. I think that's better than showing the the Ghostfire Slice. All right, up a game. Well, I like my matchup against big sorceries better than I do against Time Walk Sol Ring. Let's see. Do I want Cast into the Fire? Terra Sunder to kill the Chaos Defiler isn't bad, but I'm not going to have black mana that often. I guess I will some of the time. I could also bring in Terra Sunder, Fire Covenant, Swamp. Maybe cut like Daze. I could at that point maybe cut a Spirit Guide. I kind of like that. Not Legion Extruder, Daze. Put in those two. Then put in Swamp. Probably just cutting Mountain at this point, I think. All right. Let's see how this plays out. But I think Fire Covenant is going to be quite strong here. Okay, I will reveal the Lutrizzle. And I mean, this is kind of what I was hoping for. Now I wish I had all the Spirit Guides in. But I think having Dismember into Memory Lapse into maybe Minsk with Force backup, because turn 1 land, Dismember your 2-drop, turn 2 Memory Lapse, turn 3 put Lutri in the hand, turn 4 Minsk, pitch Lutri to Force of Will. I just think this is an insane Lutri deck. Lutri I don't think is generally actually that busted, but in this deck it is. Oh, if he's cracking fetch main phase, he might have a 1-drop green creature. That I would not mind. Yeah, let's make this Dismember get its money's worth, huh? Dismember your birds. All right. Hope Strider's 2-drop isn't fantastic, so that I can just Memory Lapse on 3. Here is a 2 though. Oh, Nature's Lore. All right, put another land into play. That I can accept. Oh, is it going to be a Surveil land too? Ooh, that would be sick. I think Ely had the commercial district. I'm not sure. In any case, I am hoping to draw, I guess, a Spirit Guide of Hedge Maze. Very nice. This has been a nice little draw on Strider's part. Turn 1 Bird, turn 2 Nature's Lore for Hedge Maze. He did mulligan, so like me trading Dismember for a card and then trading Lapse for a card is going to work out, I think, fairly well for me. But We'll see how this goes. Night Scythe. Okay, so I drew a 3-drop, though getting Lutri is probably a better 3-drop still. Let's see. He didn't do anything. Let's see what I draw. Ghostfire Slice, huh? I could also Night Scythe and then force the next play. The problem is if I put Lutri into hand, and then force the next play, I don't have anything on board and I still just had to use up my force. So I think I'd rather do this and then not fight over. Oh, Felia is really annoying. It'll kill my Necron Warrior. I think that's actually okay. Because if Felia attacks, I can force whatever to play is here and then crew. Basically, Felia is trading straight up for Night Scythe, which, I can accept that. I guess where it goes wrong is if Strider has a removal spell here, but I can always just force if I would like to. Okay, I will block. All right. I mean, that's just another 1-for-1 trade, which is what you want to do. And a Strider has the commercial district, which is what you want to do when your opponent's mulliganed. Binning Mox Diamond, good idea. Oh, well, I like Ancestral too. Let's cast Minsk and Boo here. And let's force the follow-up. Strider has no plays, is going to untap, play something expensive. I'm going to force it. Then I'm going to put a Lutri into hand. Most likely, we'll see. Julie, can you wait just 1 second? My opponent's making a big play. Force, pitching memory lapse. All right, dog. I came back with the dog and Strider had already conceded. Jules, hi. Your punishment for making me open the doors, you have to sit with me. All right, 1-1. We take those, and the Lutri force plan worked out pretty nicely, I would say. So let's get on to the next here. All right, Jules, you are free to go. If you'd like to. You going? No? All right, let's hang then. All right, time for round 3. I'm on the play, playing against Red-Black Reanimator. Okay. Obviously, if this hand had a Force of Will, it would be the Stone Nuts. But still, turn 1 Ragavan on the play is pretty nice. And at the very least, if I hit, I can cast a turn 2 Season Pyro. It's looking less likely I'm going to hit here. Oh, it's a Collective Brutality, and I'm losing a Ghostfire Slice. Oh, no, it's a Shieldred's Edict. All right. Yep. There's my Force of Will. This game would be really easy if I could exchange the ordering of my cards, but that's true of most games of Magic. If you can change the ordering, usually it's not by just one. All right, land. No. Now this hand just falls apart. I'm losing any advantage I gained at all. Faithless Looting, okay. Definitely not going to counter the flashback card that might not even be good. I will just counter an Animate if such a thing exists. And if I draw a land, I'd like to be able to just play Season Pyro, discard like Ghostfire Slice plus maybe Night Scythe, discarded Torsten and Swamp. And then they're going to play a Dothy Voidwalker. Okay. I'll let them surveil Undercity Sewers, and I'm just going to pay the life here. Land. Okay, that's a land. And now I could Season Pyro, discarding Night Scythe and Ghostfire Slice, and then have Force to pitch Uro. I could put Lutri in hand. It's my other option. I kind of want to get something going, though. I'll use my energy. Season Pyro. Discard those two. Yeah, now I can force pitching Uro and then play Isika's Chariot next turn. And if I don't have to use the Force, then great. That'll be even better. Thoughtseize. Well, I'm not going to force the Thoughtseize. That's fine. Look, if they've got turn 4 Thoughtseize into Animate when I didn't play a land on turn 3, then, through my Force of Will, then yeah, I will probably lose. But there's a chance that they have to take a Seeka's Chariot here. That would be pretty nice. And then I can just put like Lutri in the hand to pitch to force. Could also just draw like Minsk and Boo or Bombardiers and just put a bunch of pressure on. Yeah, all right. That's a great sign. It means Heisenberg's not about to reanimate here. So let's see what we draw. Land. I don't really want to pitch Uro, so I'm going to hit and land, put Lutri into hand. So they didn't flash back Faithless Looting, though. Huh. Oh, is this like a vamp or something? No, that wouldn't make that much sense. Or is this like an end of turn necromancy? That also wouldn't really make sense to me. Given that you could have just taken the Force of Will with Thoughtseize, and also you let me Lutri. Okay, command. I discard a card. You get a Dothy Voidwalker back. No. Well, how much do I care about this mountain? Basically, the question is, do I want to force it? I guess I just force it, since I'm going to have to force the Voidwalker anyway. I think it's worth having a mountain in hand and letting them not have to spend 2 mana on it. Also, if they drew like a Duress or something, it would be a lot worse. I don't have the second blue for Uro, unfortunately, but hopefully this is an Animate Creeping Tar Pit. Oh, yeah. I'm in for that. If that's the play, I'm pretty happy. Okay, if that's all you're doing, they have 1 card in hand. They've already played a land. Oh, Days. That's funny. All right, well, Days could come up. You never know. Let's Uro. But now blue mana helps. Though I guess I needed I needed green as well, so that's not the worst draw in the world. All right, send. And I mean, it didn't feel like this game was going well, but it's actually fine now. I'm hoping I can nab something with Days. All right, we flashing back looting. Probably Heisenberg was just waiting to draw 2 bad cards to do that. Like discard some lands or something here. Hopefully I can get a cheeky Days in. And then draw a blue to reanimate Uro, or just really any action spell. Discard Mind Collapse, Trumpeting Carnosaur into Show and Tell, which I'm going to Daze, returning my Tropical Island. And their last card is a big thing. You love to see that, honestly. So I don't want to draw Island this turn. I want to draw it next turn. Oh, that was a mistake. I just immediately clicked too fast. All right, well, that's the land I need to play to get Uro out, so let's hope that works. Glorybringer next turn might still be great here, but obviously it would have been better to play last turn. I think I'm fine. That's funny. I actually drew the Uro land. I think I'm fine, though, because their last card in hand has to just be a creature. They cast Show and Tell. There's just no way it's not. So, boom. Up a game. Up a game. And I don't want Fire Covenant in this time. I don't think I want Vexing Bauble. I might just want Terra Sunder. I'm just not going to beat... I mean, it's actually... Maybe I do need Fire Covenant. It's a way to beat a big creature. Okay. I think I once again will take out Elvish Spirit Guide and maybe Ghostfire Slice. I still have Legion Extruder and Dismember to kill, and Glorybringer to kill the Voidwalker, and Fire Covenant's coming in. All right. All right. I like this deck. This deck's a lot of fun. Just this, like, lots of forces and Lutri with, like, aggressive red threats. I don't know. It's been pretty sweet. Lutri, I would like you to accompany me, please. Okay. Yeah, I will keep this hand. It's got some things going on. I do at least have Days to pitch to Force, even though I don't have an island. And I actually have the mana for Fire Covenant here with Mana Confluence. I just need to draw a red or, I guess, a black. I'm not going to force the Mox Jet. I don't think that's what I'm supposed to do. I will Terra Sunder it on turn 2, though. That I most likely will do. especially if Heisenberg doesn't have a play yet. All right. Draw. Oh, Island was really good draw. So now upkeep, I'm going to tear asunder, and I can now pick up an island to cast Daze at some point here. Get the only black source out of here. One of the downsides to playing your Mox out against a red-green deck. Oh, there's a black source. Yeah, Thundering Falls seems like the land to play. Do I want a Reckless Stormseeker? I guess I kind of don't mind it. Sure. It's pretty close. I don't know. It could, if I can haste up a Chariot at some point, that would be great. Though obviously, I might just cast the Chariot here. All right. Let's draw, and I think I will just cast the Asika's Chariot. And I've got Daze and Force Up. Not both in the same turn because I have to pitch the Daze to the Force, but having the option of either seems pretty good, especially since Heisenberg draw has been really slow. Oh, are we getting to Daze? We are getting to Daze. Daze for Daze. Oh, maybe I should have picked up the Thundering Falls, honestly. I think that would have been sick, though. I feel like I'm in pretty good shape. Maybe if I draw Minsk and Boo, I won't feel that way. Here, I think what I'm going to do is put Lutri into hand. So yeah, I guess it would have worked out better to pick up Thundering Falls and then attack with the Chariot. And copy a token. And then next turn, I have Force of Negation up and against a non-creature spell, and then Glorybringer or Fire Covenant up against creatures. Feels like a pretty good start. Oh, Thoughtseize. All right. Fair enough. I don't know what you're Thoughtseizing into, and you're pretty far behind on board, and I have a bunch of good threats in hand, so I wouldn't be surprised if Heisenberg just conceded here, but, you know, I'll be happy with the 2-1. Let's see what happens here. I mean, for me to lose this, Heisenberg has to Thoughtseize, like, I guess Thoughtseize Force and then, like, land a Show and Tell is one way to do it, maybe. But Fire Covenant's pretty good against that, especially since I get to put a Glorybringer into play. I don't know. It really depends on what's in their hand. All right. Yeah, they took the Force. Okay. Into Exhume on Harvester of Misery. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Kills my 3 tokens, but I can just Glorybringer that thing. I think is going to be my plan here. I guess I could dash Ragavan and Fire Covenant, but let's just use Glorybringer. It's so perfect on a 5/4 there. Unless Heisenberg has a removal spell, is like, oh, they do. Okay. Oh, is it Shieldred's Edict? Oh, well, that I will crew then. So I'm going to take a hit off the Harvester, but I get to keep the Glorybringer. All right. I'm feeling pretty good about this. I still have this Fire Covenant in hand if things go really wrong. What is this? Mind Collapse the Glorybringer. All right. I mean, I'm going to get to hit with Ragavan here. Actually, oh wow, there's also an Emberwild Captain. Why don't I dash Ragavan and play Stormseeker? Or I could just dash Ragavan and not... No, I think playing Stormseeker is good. I can take another hit and then still Fire Covenant here. And then this just puts lethal into play. So Heisenberg's got to do something here. And I get a treasure. Oh, Detective's Phoenix, which I can bestow. I think I will. Cast with Bestow onto Reckless Stormseeker, exiling Glorybringer and Daze. Sure. All right. I didn't really think I was going to hit something there, but now I've got a 5/5 flyer. And Fire Covenant can still take down the Harvester. Next turn I can give something haste with the Stormseeker. So I'm already threatening quite a bit of damage. I mean, I'm threatening just straight up lethal here with Emberwild Captain. They kind of can't attack. Oh, yeah, let's start with Ancestral Recall. That's probably a good thing to start with. Okay, land. So I don't really just straight up have lethal. Oh, this flipped. All right. I could cast Magda and give it haste. Yeah, that sounds like that's probably the plan. All right. Magda. Give this haste. Attack with both. And then cast Fire Covenant on the Harvester once I get my treasure. 4. So I go to 10 here. And boom. Did we get it? Boom. 2 and 1. Their hand was Inferno, Titan, and Torsten. All right. Well, this deck was sweet. Look at this. The Subtlety, Force, Lutri combo was great. I also had Ancestral and Dismembered a copy of Lutri, which was also really good. Plus Memory Lapse, Mana Leak, Daze. This is a really fun deck. I like this kind of deck. Unfortunately, we didn't win the draft. I think me and Mac both 2-1'd and the rest of our team did not win a game. But, you know, that's how it happens. And as long as I went 2-1, I at least feel like I at least contributed somewhat. Crazy pack, too. That Ancestral pack was really, really funny. All right, well, that'll do it for today. Pretty happy with how this deck played out, and it was a really fun deck to play. I'll be back tomorrow with more drafts, and I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.